Hey y'all, it's your girl Jeanette the Oracle, and I'm here today to give you your tarot forecast for the month of June 2019. This is going to be for the sign of Capricorn. So if you have a Capricorn rising, sun, moon, or north node, this is going to be for you. Now, a couple of things. First and foremost, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, please sign up for my newsletter because I do offer exclusive discounts or offers that I don't mention on my website or Instagram, or even Facebook. So if you want to get heads up on new things, definitely go there. Okay, so what's coming up in terms of events? Not August, oh my God. June 13th, which is a Thursday, I will be interviewed on Awakening Heart Network. So it'll be another phone interview similar to Beyond the Ordinary Show. I'll be talking about the incarnational cycles of the soul. So looking at the astrological trends and the spiritual trends that we've been undergoing, in the recent past, this year, coming up, etc. Details for that are on my website. If you go to innersunalchemy.com, click on the watch page, scroll down to interviews, and you'll see the details and the link to register. And of course, it's free. June 15th is the last day to sign up for one or all of the courses that I'm offering through the Lightworker Academy, which is a school that I just started. So one class is the Divination Through Tarot class, where I am going into explanations about how I interpret the cards, as well as some of the key spreads that I use for a lot of my clients. Then there's the Astrological Soul of Your Business course. That one is for those folks who have a hobby they might want to turn into a business, or who have their own business and they want to really get clearer information about like the nature of what would make the business successful and how to best work with it for the most results, right? And then I have the Lightworker Incubator, which is to help lightworkers go from basics to a more intermediate and potential mastery level, but it's more, I would say, first and foremost, intermediary work. So those are the three, and then that's the last day, June 15th. So you can go to the website, click on Lightworker Academy, and you'll see all the different classes. So you can read up on them, check the prices, when the classes are, all those good things. What else? This month, for the Gemini lunar month, meaning when the new moon in Gemini occurred, which is June 3rd, I'm doing a gratitude challenge on Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to participate, go to one or both of those platforms. Just look for Inner Sun Alchemy, and the details will be there, and you'll see how to participate. All right? Cool. Now that that's out the way, I'm doing things different this month, as per usual. So the first half of the reading is going to be focused on more of the human aspect of life. So work and money and relationships, all that kind of stuff. And then the second part of the reading is going to be specifically focused on the spiritual development. So for this first half of the reading, I'm going to start with overall guidance from Colette Baron Reed's The Enchanted Map Oracle card deck. And see what your general message is to keep mindful of throughout the month. You're going to notice that I yawn quite a bit throughout the video. I'm not tired. I'm just changing out the energy. So I've recently gone through some upgrades and integrations myself, because Ascension never stops. So I've already shifted into, I've had actually, this is my second shift this year, which is a lot, actually. Even given the amount of change that I've been through in the last few years, it's not heavy, but when I actually think about that, I'm like, oh yeah, it was a lot. Because getting through that first level of ascension took a long time. And that's, what most people are in, is working through to the first level of ascension, which is the merger with the higher self. or what we deem the higher self, and that's usually what I refer to as our fifth dimensional aspect. Okay, so tuning into Capricorn energy for June 2019. Let's see what the general message is for you. Ooh, very nice. Oh, this is a pretty card. You got number 11, balancing act. This is stunning. That actually looks like you, Capricorn. Wow. Or what I imagine your energy to be. Okay, so the quote for this is, "You are calm within, no matter the fluctuation of outer conditions." I just heard the phrase boss bitch. All right, so here's the message. There are times when things seem a bit topsy-turvy and it feels as if you're juggling 1,000 balls in the air. Perhaps you're unsure of your footing. Now is the time to evaluate which areas of your life need balance and then restore equilibrium. Choose harmony over discord, and great success will be yours. You'll find inner stability when you choose a balanced, focused, and level path. Okay. All right. Yeah, and I can feel that inner energy. It actually feels a lot like Libra energy, to be honest. Because I did the Libra, that was the first video that I did today. I did the first 6 videos yesterday, and then now I'm on a second set of 6, right? So when I was tuning into Libra energy, it felt similar, like almost the same. And 11 is actually the number related to Libra. So if you have strong Libra placements or a lot of placements in the 7th house, it might behoove you to watch the Libra video. There might be a message there for you. All right, so what I'm going to do now is get into potential opportunities and potential obstacles as it relates first to work, then relationships, then finances and money, and then health. And health can be physical, mental, emotional, or spirit. All right, so potential opportunities for work. Queen of Cups. This is actually Cancer energy. Interesting. For relationships, then finances, then health. Potential opportunities, please. Six of Wands. The Sun. Ten of Wands. All right, so now let's get into potential obstacles for work, then relationships, then finances, then health. The Lovers. That also happened with Sag. Like a bunch of cards fell out. High Priestess and Three of Cups definitely made an appearance, but we'll see if they show up. For real, for real. There's a lot of energy running through the cards. Star. Wheel of Fortune. And Two of Swords. Libra also got that. And I believe... not in that position, but that sword came up. I believe also Scorpio. Okay. So again, you may want to watch that one or two. There's a lot of major arcana here, so a lot of solar energy coming through. So this may, I know this is just the human stuff, but there's still other messages coming through. So let me just relay them. We are actually in the final month of the what I consider the final month of the effects of the new moon solar eclipse that we had in Capricorn, your sign, at the beginning of the year, which was January 5th. I believe it was a Saturday. Because the beginning of July, July 2nd specifically, is when we have the new moon solar eclipse in Cancer, your opposite sign. So this is that final month. And as opposed to there being an energy of like closing out with the cards, just in general, it seems to be more of a lifting of a veil, of a burden, and a shining through of who you are. So it feels like you're stepping into light and greater light, which is really nice for you. Capricorn, you do actually rule the 10th house conceptually. So that's actually the house that is representative of the zenith of the sun, the midheaven point. So the fact that there's so much solar energy coming through. And I actually have a card here with the moon. And then I have Wheel of Fortune, which talks about the changing of the seasons. Like, yeah. So this is an important juncture point. Not in a heavy way, I'm not picking up, but it's that's probably why it does feel so balanced. It feels really clean and pure. Because Lord knows, I'm sure you've been going through it, right? All right, so potential opportunities for work is the Queen of Cups. So this is the message that came through with that is letting opportunities come to you. Keeping your eye on the prize, but it's a different way of approaching and being ambitious. So instead of like spending so much energy going after something and burning through your energy, this is really just to stay in your power, stay in your heart, stay in the space of what it is that you want, and just allow things to come. And that is going to feel or be very different for you. And this seems to be the month where you get to practice that, because when we get into that that new eclipse portal of 6 months with happening in Cancer, you're really going to be forced to do it. So practice this month, right? Ultimately, we are all having to practice it because the North Node is going through Cancer for everybody. So on some level, we're all having to do this. But this upcoming 6 months of eclipse energy in Cancer is going to intensify that for everyone, particularly for Cancers themselves, but also for Capricorn, because you are the opposite sign. So, but that's the opportunity, is to let things come to you. See how easy things can be when you are in a space of flow. Now, potential obstacles is the Lover. So this could be trying to find your community or your industry or partners that would work well with you. And this is, again, specifically related to work, whether you work for someone else or if you work for yourself. At work, this could also talk about the people around you, whether they are distracting or maybe you don't feel like you are part of the group, whatever it is. But there's something here about the community of people that you are around. either that being a distraction, a negative distraction, or seeking too much to fit in to a group when you really need to just be focused on yourself. Like literally be focused on yourself. Okay. You don't need to share. There's that. um, okay. So for romance, for love, whether or not you are in something or not, single or not, okay, this is just in general. We have the Six of Wands as potential opportunity. So there is victory here. Um, So, if you are single and wanting to shift that, you can be victorious in that. If you are in a committed partnership and you are moving towards some type of goal, you will be victorious in that. Okay. So there's a lot of opportunity for getting past whatever potentially recent struggles that you had and feeling like, okay, you've come to a place of accomplishment. That's definitely what's available for you here. And I'm also getting a sense of like maintaining the higher ground. Now, the potential obstacle is the Star card. So what this is feeling like with this combination is this is a grounded sense of victory and assessing of what's really going on. This is somebody who has their head in the clouds. Again, regardless of your context. So, Capricorn, I know that as the visionary that you are, as someone who is concerned about legacy and all of that, you can get so hyper focused on what the end game looks like and is that you forget that the smaller victories or the smaller benchmarks or paths along the way is actually what creates this in physical form. Um, i.e., it's about the journey, not the destination. Like you do need to be mindful of where you're going, but like that informs your day to day thing. So don't get disillusioned or off kilter just because something isn't like exactly what the long-term vision is. Like you need to give it time. And Capricorns, y'all are probably some of the most impatient people I know, which is so weird because um, you want the world and you can have the world, but yeah, y'all are impatient. Y'all try to treat everything like right now. But I mean, you're a cardinal sign, so that's what it is. Right? Now, for finances, potential opportunity, we have the sun. So finances are blessed. This is also giving me the vibe that you are going to have the money to play, vacation, have that disposable income. So it is important for you to enjoy this. Let the money bring you to a place of fulfillment. You don't have to be the workhorse. Now, the potential obstacle is the Wheel of Fortune. So this talks specifically about timing. So I would just say, with that, it really could just be as simple as um, don't spend your money before you have it, right? Or spend what actually is extra or invest what actually is extra so that you stay in alignment with the cycles. And be mindful that, right now you are in a time of play and you can enjoy yourself more, but nothing ever stays the same. So you will get to a point where you will have to um, tighten your spending a bit, possibly. Or if this is not even a matter of spending, it's like you're choosing to invest in a lot of things that make you happy, like stocks or renovations in a home or something like that. Like that's fine, but again, being mindful that always be aware that things change. So if you're in a place of great abundance, yes, enjoy it, but be mindful that things will shift. They will either stall out or you will go through a period of some loss, and it's not because there's something wrong with you. This is just a natural cycle of life. So be prepared as you need to be able to ride the wave through those downturns. Um, and as long as you stay mindful of that, you're fine. But it's just, yeah, things just swing back and forth between abundance to things being tight, and then back to abundance and back and forth. And has nothing You know, assuming you are consistent, right? If you're consistent, there are just going to be things that are outside of your control. But with that being said, you do actually have a lot of control in your experience of the change, which are changes which are inevitable. Now, in terms of potential opportunities as it relates to your health, we have the 10 of wands. So I'm actually getting from this the words rest and break. So now is a time to chill a bit and lessen the load, and to also see those things which are potentially creating a burden for you, or too much of a energetic or physical or emotional or mental cost for you based on the returns that you are getting. Okay. And it might be both and. Now, the potential obstacle is the 2 of swords. This is not wanting to look at that and just do things as you've been doing them, not use this as an opportunity for assessment, because when we are in a mutable season and we're in Gemini, which is a mutable air sign, and this is thoughts with the swords, we have the chance to reassess, to prune the weeds in the garden, however you want to look at it, right? It's a chance to do some accounting of what's going on, what's working, what's not working. Okay, so don't turn a blind eye to that. Don't turn a blind eye to whatever potential burdens are there on you, or just things that are coming to an end. Because at some point you are actually going to have to make a decision about something, because that also is related to this. Another thing too that's coming through with this is be careful to not try to do everything on your own, which, listen, getting you to ask for help. I love you, Capricorn, I do. But given how hard it is for you to ask for help, you know, if you're getting help, it has to be from somebody that you hold in high esteem and high regard. So don't use the fact that there might not be somebody that you have immediate access to ask for help in that regard. Seek it out. Okay. All right. So let me get closing affirmation from you, and then we'll shift into the spiritual guidance. This is going to be pulled from the Sovereign Affirmation cards from Erin Brown. You can find her on Instagram at I am Erin Brown, all one word. She's one of my clients. Love her to life. And I'm going to use these affirmations as part of the jewels. I'm not going to take that because it wasn't clear. For the June astrology forecast newsletter that I still need to do. I'm so behind on. I apologize. You guys actually have 3 10s in your reading. So yeah, this is an important change of cycles for you. And you have 2 6s. Interesting. And closing affirmation for Capricorn, June 2019. What does Capricorn need to hear to keep them on track and balanced with their higher nature, their more balanced nature? Interesting. I'm allowed to be angry. There's your card. I'm allowed to be angry. So this is anger is a valid emotion that deserves room, space, and attention. We are often taught to ignore it or shove it somewhere. That anger is inappropriate. But anger is fire, a push toward or away from something. It's necessary, palpable, healthy. Allow for your anger without holding tight to it. Let it breathe in whatever way feels helpful to you. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of this because, like I said, I'm going to add this to the affirmations for the astrology forecast. But another sign actually just got this, if I remember correctly, and I believe it was Aries, which would make sense because they're a fire sign. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Virgo. Virgo actually got it. I was way off. Okay. So if you have some prominent Virgo placements or a lot happening in your 6th house, you might want to go watch that Virgo video. All right, so we're going to shift gears now to the spiritual development messages. So I'm going to be pulling a card from my Brawl-Talej or Brawl-Talej Oracle deck to see what planet or luminary wants to come through with messages for you as it relates to your spiritual development for June 2019. So let's see. Wants to come through for Capricorn to speak. 1 second. I have cards upside down in here. And I don't like that. I'm actually going to take the one that I saw actually flip over. So this is Neptune that's coming through. Neptune, interesting. What does Neptune have to say? Neptune right now is, oh, you know what? I think Neptune is about to come into a sextile with Saturn due to its retrograde. So, sorry, my hair is just interesting. So that's the first time Neptune has shown up. Messages for Capricorn for June 2019 for their spiritual development. Yeah, you are coming up to a new beginning for sure with the next eclipse coming up in July. So that's good. Oh, and Neptune showed up. Cool. So Neptune is still working with you and has been working with you for the past several months. And you showed up in your reading as well too. Very nice. Okay. I'm getting healing of the heart. So you're learning to sit in your heart space more, the things that actually make you happy, which is good. Virgo energy is coming up again. So there's that. Yeah. Okay, Capricorn. So, I mean, literally. Okay. Sorry, messages. So yeah, this is Neptune, the Hangman. So this is double confirmation that, Neptune is here with you. Been helping you to heal and has been forcing this to occur, to change your approach, to change your mindset, to heal your heart, heal the emotions, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So this may not be a fun energy. It's not hard energy, but it slows things down. It keeps things in a holding pattern while shifts happen behind the scenes. But what is opening up to you is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning, but a new beginning practically, because you're already sitting in that space spiritually. You're showing up as the Ace of Wands, which does make sense because, we did recently have a crossroads energetically on our soul path recently. And so we've all chosen our path and you chose yours. So that happened in the spirit. And now Neptune has been working to shift all other aspects, so mind, emotions, and the physical world around to match that, so that then you truly start to begin on some new journey as we head into next month. But they were still kind of in the process of kind of aligning and integrating with that, because what your work is to do is to pay more attention to your intuition and your higher self, your inner knowing, with what's coming through, because there would be a lot of messages coming through now because you chose the more heart-centered or spirit-based path, because you're understanding more now how your mindset, your belief systems controls what you manifest in the physical world. So you're paying more attention to the unseen and giving that a lot more credit compared to just the seen world, the physical world, which is good. And that's what this is about, is shifting your perspective, because for much of your existence, at least up to this point, you've been someone who's only wanted to deal with the physical, verifiable matters of life. So if it wasn't something that fit into that category, which is basically anything that is spirit related or emotion based or what have you, you had a really hard time with that because you want proof, right? And it's purely objective, but that is a hindrance, just as it's a hindrance for those who sit on the other side of the spectrum. And so you're being asked to come to a place where you sit in the midst of both worlds, of both the objective and the subjective. And what's been the work recently has been lifting the control off of needing to have always the objective and putting more weight and importance and respect, in all honesty, on the subjective or the direct individual experience, because you've mastered you. You showed up in your reading, the Queen of Earth. And you've built up some resiliency here, the King of Cups, which is the heart or the intuition space, the emotions. That insight has come through. This is the most recent benchmark. So that clarity, that syncing up, that waking to your full needs, not just 3 out of 4, right? Has come through. Because what you're facing now is a 2 of Pentacles. This is actually another Capricorn card. And, Capricorn, you actually, as an association with winter in the Northern Hemisphere, you actually are related to the Black energy or the yin. This is also Saturn, which is a mother energy, actually, because the mother is the Black, the father is the sun. So depending on what aspect of your nature you're dealing with, you may be sitting in this energy or that energy, but specifically because this is Jupiterian energy, and Jupiter and Saturn very much have to deal with timing and seasons. We're finishing out the cycle of this Capricorn energy at the beginning of the year, which again, in the Northern Hemisphere would have been winter. So this yin, very yin time, right? And now shifting into this light energy, or the yang time for you. This will probably be most potent for those of you who are a Capricorn rising. because the first 6 months of this year would have been the sun traveling through all of the lower houses, meaning the first 6 houses. And then when we get to Cancer season, those following 6 months would actually be when the sun is traveling above the horizon for your particular chart, which is more, that's the yang part of the chart, the active part of the chart. Okay. So you're still having to do some clearing, some releasing and shifting of emotions and belief sets and all that kind of stuff, but it's on you to do so. You know, the universe isn't going to make you do it. You do have a choice. So, you know, Neptune has brought you this far, but, you know, you have to close the gap. And the reason I say that is because I have 3 5s in a row. I have 5 of Pentacles. I have 5 of Cups here in the center, which is a change. In this case, it's going to be an evolution into greater energy. And then the Temperance card is 15, which reduces to a 5. So 5 energy, like I said, is change and transition, but it's what you have control over. You have agency over this aspect. So what do you want? You also have 3 aces here: Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Swords. That's no small thing. Do you want these new opportunities or not? You can have it all. You can have fulfillment in addition to your ambition and your reputation. You don't have to leave your heart behind. Because what's interesting about this is every ace is here but the Ace of Cups. Which is fine because you do have the King of Cups in a position of strength for you, what you can lean on. So you do have your cup. This tells me, if you've been doing your work, that you retrieved your cup, which is why you may now be able to shift into greater abundance and greater happiness. So that's good. All right, Capricorn. Awesome. So that's your reading. If you'd like to book a personal session with me, go to my website, andersonalchemy.com. If you are first working with me, I would highly recommend doing the full spectrum reading that's found on the Getting Started page of my site. And of course, if you work with me a couple times, then, or at least that one time, book something else. But if you really want to get the most out of your time with me, that's what I would suggest, because it's half astrology, half tarot. So you get a little bit of both. But it's truly enough to rock with for a minute, for a long time. Okay. So I love you all. Be blessed, stay up, and I'll see you soon. Bye.